It's a grad school vlog. Yay! But I'm gonna be changing the thumbnail and a bunch of other stuff because I'm dropping out of KU. So I have not done very well at KU, so I just thought I'd talk a little bit about it. Not that there's anything really wrong with the university, but it just ended up not being a good fit, so lesson learned, and I might talk about that some because, again, when I was looking for a grad school, I didn't know what would be a good or a bad fit because I don't really have, like, my mom got a bachelor's degree, no one in my immediate family has a master's, so I didn't really have anyone to go to for guidance. So here's things that I messed up on going to KU and why I'm going to be transferring to UMKC instead. So while I was going to KU, I was working full-time at JCCC, which actually I was working more than full-time. For the fall semester, I had 6 classes, and for the spring semester, this one that just ended, I had 5 classes. And then when I started at KU in spring 2017, I only had 4 classes, and I retook an undergrad class to freshen up on operating systems concepts, and that had a lab and then the kind of general 1 credit hour information about being a grad student class. So I got through that semester just fine with like a B and an A in the 1 credit hour or something. But then in the fall 2017, I had the 6 classes because there's emergency at work and we had to kind of all take extra classes just off another teacher's hands. And that ended up not being great for trying to go to school. So that first homework assignment, I spend hours on it, but it wasn't enough. Like, I have a full day, but not multiple days I could spend on working on things. So I wasn't really able to finish that homework in time, and I was like, if this whole class is going to be this much work, I'm not going to be able to do it this semester with the 6 classes. And then this past semester, the spring, I stayed in a bit longer, and I did the first couple homework assignments, but like the main homework assignment, I just also had no time and was overwhelmed and I completely blanked on part of the assignment, so I got half points off for just missing part of it. But I was so focused on the math that I couldn't quite figure out. And then another problem with that was just it's a 40-minute drive to KU. I don't have a parking permit. I just pay for the hourly parking. Just having a busy schedule, having to be back in Overland Park to come teach, made it hard to go access the faculty. So in general, it was just really hard to kind of get everything, kind of balanced. Because all my resources, all of my time and energy was going to prepping for these classes, and So I'm actually gonna drop out of KU, and I applied and was accepted to UMKC, which is where I went for my undergrad. So I had a meeting today and just registered for 1 class in the fall. Now the difference here is going to be a few things. My full-time contract ended, so I'm going to be back to part-time work. So as an adjunct, you can work a max of 2 classes per semester. So in the fall, I'm going to be working 2 classes at my current JCCC place, and then 1 class at UMKC, and then I'll be taking 1 class, and then in the future, I'll also be taking more classes. Because now I'm married and I have a husband and we can kind of combine our 2 incomes. So it's not just me paying, last year I was completely alone paying all of this rent for just the apartment and everything else relating to life. So I couldn't take fewer hours of work or anything like that. I'll be taking advanced software engineering so the degree itself is the master's in computer science with the emphasis in software engineering. They have some other emphases like bioinformatics and data science, but I think software engineering is more of what I'm interested in. So I'm registered for that, and later on we'll find a advisor and figure out if I'm going to do like a thesis or a non-thesis version, and just the whole path, which I'm still kind of fuzzy on. Like, maybe eventually I'd get a doctorate, but I'd really have to like feel like what I'm doing is the right thing, because right now I'm getting a master's so that I can teach anywhere basically, at least as an adjunct. And then if I want a PhD, I have to like really, I guess, feel like my time spent getting a master's degree was useful for more than just having a piece of paper that says I can teach now, like at any college full time. So yeah, there's that. So that's just the update. I won't have any vlogs to post until next fall, because it's after spring semester now. I'm going to be teaching over the summer semester, but I'm not going to take any classes over the summer semester, so in August, the next fall semester will start. And then maybe I'll hopefully have a better time. Another good thing is UMKC is so much closer, and it's in the middle of Kansas City and not in the middle of nowhere like Lawrence is. So KU is in Lawrence. It's a 40-minute drive. There is nothing on the road from here to Lawrence. And also, like, I'm just more familiar with Kansas City, and I like it better than Lawrence. So that's also another thing. I'll be on campus anyway for teaching and for taking the class. I know some of the faculty there already. They've seen me around. So they know who I am, more or less. And I feel like maybe they have more investment in me and I feel more comfortable with them. So maybe I'll be better at asking questions to them, because I'm returning home back to where I got my undergrad from. So yeah, that's it. Let's see any more pictures I had here. This is inside of Flarsheim Hall, the staircase. This is looking up in Flarsheim Hall. This is in the quad on the outside somewhere. This is a library. This is down the walkway past the old main student area, whatever it was called, plus the gym. This is also a library. I don't know what that building is. I forget. Oh well, but yeah. So, and they still have this very lovely seafoam green color theme going on in Flarsheim Hall. It's very, very modern. But they've also had improvements since when I was a student here. This new area is cool. It used to be kind of a student lounge that was just like 4 vending machines and some tables, and it wasn't that great. But now this is where the student offices are for like going to your advisor and whatever else. And then they added this workspace here, so that's nice. I don't even remember what was on that side of the building before. Like, I just have no memory. You go in the door, I never looked right. I always just went straight to the vending machines or to the left up the stairs. So I don't know. They built this, and that was added on. So that's cool. Okay, well, that's all for now. Bye.